be 2K. Yeah, but they love Bow Wow first, so I got braids. Then I seen that Ja Rule video.
I hear the music in the wind, blowing like a flute, his favorite instrument. And I follow the song wherever it takes me, and I end up by the lake.
Up until third grade, it's like I was already speaking English. And I just learned really quick. It just became my language in school and in Spanish at home. So I was so fluent. I was like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. I can speak English and I speak Spanish.
Reading has always been a big part of my life. And I just love how much libraries give back to the community.
It's an old saying that people say, right, if you stay ready, you don't have to.
You ain't got to give it.
So you know how the motto is. So that's what I was thinking. Like, let me get the master. I don't even know if I'm gonna use it. And the funny part about that is, I graduated in 2010 with my master's in education administration. I didn't even get my first AP job until Everman in 2018. I never even looked for it. I didn't even. It wasn't part of it. I just knew I needed it. So when the time came, I would be ready. That preparation that you talked about.
Yes.
He's so good to me. Jesus befriended me. Through my nostrils, he put the wind in me.
What's going on? What's going on, my good people, online community? We are back for another powerful and insightful episode of Ordinary Conversations with Extraordinary People. I am your host with the most, Willie Beam, and we are back, Miss Partridge.
We are.
Summer reading recap, kind of inform you guys what took place after our initial conversation. I thought it was great. I thought we had high energy, but I'm looking forward to recap what we talked about here recently. And so, Miss Elizabeth, I want to get into, I think we talked about it briefly during our last conversation, the artwork competition. What did that look like? Have you seen any of your pictures?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's on Facebook. You can actually go look at the kids' entries.
Okay.
And what they did was they were each assigned a canvas. They picked up a canvas at the library, and they were told the theme, and of course it had to do with the dinosaur theme.
Right.
And everybody had to paint something along that theme, and then it's broken down into age groups, and then grand prizes were drawn during the summer reading finale for those winners.
Gotcha.
And it's a really well received program. Kids love it, parents love it. We even have adults who want to participate. Well, I don't think we have a prize category for them yet, but we'll work on that. Enough people ask for it, we'll bring it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, but if anybody is interested in actually seeing the artwork, everybody's, not just the winners, it's posted in pictures on Facebook.
Okay, on Kennedale Public Library. Okay,
exactly.
I'll definitely go take a look.
Good.
Look at some of that artwork. Is this something you guys been doing consistently, or?
Yeah, we do this every year. Yeah.
Every year. Yeah. We did something similar to that. I believe it was last year, going into Hispanic Heritage Month, which is coming up.
Yes, it is.
We have a relationship with Baxter High School. I believe it's a high school. Yeah, Baxter High School, and one of the ladies there who works with the children called us, went, "Hey, we have some students that want to display their artwork in the library. Is it okay?" Like, yeah, of course.
Of course, yeah.
So they brought it in, and man, when I tell you, it was some amazing pieces. The level of creativity, for these kids, man, it was great to see. And so had it displayed all on the shelves. Nice. People were excited to see, even the kids coming in and seeing their own artwork, feeling appreciated.
Oh yeah.
And so I thought that was cool to see.
Yeah, anything like that brings talents out, or even interests out, that they can showcase and show the public. I think it's spectacular. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but one of the goals that I have for the library is to utilize some of the blank wall space to bring in local artists themselves to kind of showcase the different types of talents we have in our community.
Even with that, before I move on, I went to an event this past weekend. Shout out to my brother Troy, who has his own media company. So it was kind of like a Met Gala event, downtown Arlington, dressed to impress.
Ooh, yes.
And during the event, I had a live auction. There's a lot of artists there who were auctioning off their paintings. And as we were eating, it was a guy named Evan Struck. He was literally doing a live speed painting while we were eating. And so I'm trying to figure out what he's putting together, what he's doing. And probably in like 10 minutes, man, it was this beautiful piece of a horse. Man, it was amazing. I never seen it in person.
Yeah.
It was beautiful to see.
People are amazing.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine doing something like that, and then to watch somebody do it in real time.
Oh man!
Oh my gosh!
I was locked in, trying to eat and watch artwork at the same time.
Yeah, I'm constantly amazed at what people can do. Yeah. Constantly amazed, because you don't even know they have this talent, and then all of a sudden there it is, and you're like,
yes,
what? Yeah. I didn't know you could do that, and it's amazing. It's not even. It's not even my stick figures with flowers on them. It's real things, and you can tell what it is. It's just incredible.
Yeah. And so after that, I'm like, man, I gotta find this guy's Instagram page.
Did you find it?
I did. Yeah. Shout out to Evan Struck, man, who did a phenomenal piece, and he's globally known. He works with ESPN. He works with college schools. He works with NCAA, NBA, NFL. And he has so many paintings, man, of people that he's drawn. I was just scrolling and just looking. Yeah, and it was beautiful to see.
I'm just incredible. I'm always amazed by talent that people have. Any form of talent.
Any form.
Because I just can't. And so you're kind of like, wow, you can't help but be impressed, because you can't do that.
No,
and they can do it without even thinking about it. That's superpowers right there.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, definitely cool to see. I want to pivot a little bit and kind of talk about some stuff that we had here that have transpired during the summer, and one of the things that I'm always excited to see, which was our second time doing it, which was our job fair. Partnership with Goodwill. Shout out to Goodwill North Central Texas. We did it back in January, and it was a great success. We had at least 20 employers here.
Wow.
I believe the head count was at least 100, 150 people.
That's amazing.
That came through the doors, all walks of life, because we know, Miss Elizabeth, the economy is crazy, job market is crazy. And so we want to make sure that we are multifaceted and providing resources. So they emailed us during us leading up to the summer. They were like, hey man, we had a great turnout, great success, and we want to partner with you guys and do it again. And so ended up doing it here recently in July, and even a bigger turnout. I believe it was more people than the first time.
What doesn't surprise me.
And that's one of my favorite programs of the summer, man, because people need employment, people need income.
And the thing is that most of the time you don't know who's hiring. You can't have your finger in every possible job board. And so to be able to come to a local resource and see local companies that are hiring, it's a huge help, I think. I do know that the city of Forest Hill and the city of Kennedale and the city of Everman, I think, are partnering also in September to do another job fair. So I will send that information to you so you have that. Jobs are, you need them, and you're just not finding them nowadays. So anything that we can do to match people to the possible employment or future employment or better employment,
whatever it is,
bring it. I'd love to do that at the library, but
I was getting ready to ask you,
we don't have that kind of space. So we have done stuff like that as a city, but not as a department. So one of the drawbacks, and we talked about this a little bit before, when we took over the whole library, we lost a great big space. And so we don't have a place where we can just put somebody in. We do, however, have, like, we can use the senior center or we can use the council chambers, but it's not huge. It's just not a big space where you can load a bunch of people in and still walk around. So it's the downside of growth, is that you have to give up something to be able to grow a little bit.
That's true. Is you? I need to make a tour. I haven't been to you guys' library.
You're welcome anytime. Absolutely.
Is it around our size? Is it a little smaller?
It's a different shape.
Okay.
I would say that it's you guys have a little more open spaces than we do, but I think it's comparable in collection size. Yeah.
Okay.
But you guys, I think, because you're square and we're rectangle.
Gotcha.
So we have, and we have. you're definitely bigger because we don't have study rooms like that. We we have one study room and a small maker space. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Even with that job fair, because it was so large in size, of course our shelves are movable. That helps a lot.
Oh my gosh.
Able to move the shelves and make space for all these vendors. And so next year we'll probably move it to the Everman Civic Center, which is right down the street. It's a beautiful facility.
Yeah,
lots real nice. Space. Yeah, lots of space. And so
that might be where they're doing the job fair in September.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could actually just pop over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will tell you, the mobile shelving units.
Oh my God.
That's a game changer right there.
Yeah.
We had 150 people show up for an ice cream party. We had to scoot everything out of the way. And the way that our space is set up is we have one side that is children's and then a foyer, kind of a lobby area.
Right.
And then the other side is adults and teens.
Yeah.
And so the teen or the kids side, with all of those people coming in for ice cream and all of the activities, that filled up so fast. And so the goal next year is kind of plan ahead for the larger activities and actually move the shelves over to the program space in the adult side, so that they're still browsable afterward, but you can go do the big activity over here. So but I think it's baby steps. You learn as you go.
You definitely learn as you grow.
Yeah, and this is our first summer reading program in this new setup. So so we're taking notes, making sure we know. Ultimately, the problem is we have outgrown our space.
True.
But it's our space, so that you have to figure out what's going to work and just go with it. So,
I agree. One skill I believe we all have to learn how to develop is the skill of being adaptable.
Oh my gosh.
Learning how to adapt.
Exactly.
I remember interviewing my most recent interview with Samantha Williams. She's a marathoner, does a lot of races and stuff, and being a race director, planning and organizing and make sure people are taking care of the 5K and 10K. And I was telling her this quote from Bruce Lee where he says, be like water. You know, you put water in a jar, it becomes a jar. You put water in the water bottle, it becomes the bottle. And so, adaptability, man, is definitely a skill that you have to have.
Yeah, and I mean, you kind of need to flow like water too, where it just it doesn't bother you. You just, that's just the way it is. Yeah. I mean, and I think you lose a lot of energy and stress when you start thinking, well, I want it this way. Sometimes you don't get what you want.
That's
I'm
so
sorry.
true.
So just a little flow helps a lot.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in the middle of it. You've got 100 kids right in front of you. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You're just going to figure it out right there on the fly. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I agree, man. Especially, during that job fair event, coming in early, knowing where to place them. And I think another skill that you need to develop with your team is the ability to communicate with your team, make sure things are in place. If you need somebody outside, make sure they're taking care of that. If you need somebody helping on the inside to set up tables, whatever it is, communication.
I absolutely believe that the more time you spend planning it, the better your event is. So if you have a solid plan with any workarounds that you can possibly think of, your event's going to be flawless because you've taken the time to think about how it should be.
Yes.
And so everybody who was in the planning process understands what the end goal is supposed to be and can get you there. So,
Speaking to that, Miss Elizabeth, being a director there, has there ever been a situation to where you and your team had to adjust on the fly, and how did you guys overcome that, whether it was a specific program? What did that look like?
That's every day. Every day. Well, and when you talk about the summer reading program specifically, because you've got big programs compared to the rest of the year, these are your bigger programs that you're going to get huge amounts of people. We are fortunate enough that the elementary school, Arthur Early Childhood Center, has let us use their gym. And so coordinating that, we had a couple of times where we couldn't get in, and so you have those moments where you're just like, what am I supposed to do now? But you take a breath and you get through it, and you have your list of contact numbers, you start checking them off, and it's the preparation that makes it less stressful. Like even for the finale, they had planned to have the door program to open so we wouldn't have to have anybody there. It would just open. They forgot to program it, so we were calling as many people as we could to get them there so that we could start on time. And because your events aren't long, they're short, and so the more time you spend outside of where you're supposed to be, the less time you have to give to the families and kids. And so you're just kind of take a deep breath. Think about what your resources are and what you were supposed to be able to do, and then go to the next step. That's all you can do.
Like you said earlier, man, water is a symbolism of being in the flow. Exactly.
And there's no point in getting upset, and there's no point in getting angry. It is what it is. And even though I say that, there are times where you're super frustrated and you just can't help but be angry. But you're angry at the situation, not at any person or anything. You're just upset that this is how this turned out. But that's where you take the deep breath and you remember, okay, why am I doing this? And what are my options? What can I do? And you think through what your options are. And normally, that moment of being frustrated is small compared to the rest of the situation. So you live through that moment and you move on. Just let it go. let it go. It's over.
I agree. I want to look at, I saw this on you guys' calendar. I believe it was the tea party.
Oh, yes.
What does that look like for you guys?
So, and it's a registration event because we don't have enough space or tea sets. So it's an actual tea set, not a plastic thing. It's actual teacups, teapots, and we have 25 spots, and they register for the spots. And it's boys and girls come in dressed in tea clothes, and they have finger sandwiches, just like a British tea. And and so they have story time, and then the tea party, and then some time to hang out together, and then they're off. It's extremely well received, and I think it's because where else are you going to get a tea party, right? But to have the tea party at the library, that's extra cool.
That's really cool.
And it's very nice too because so Kelly does the tea party. She does the majority of the kids programs, and she goes all out. She really likes her tea party, and so she has people who find tea sets for her, and she keeps her tea sets at the library, and it's a big event.
That's cool. Is this something you guys been doing for
I think it's the third year that we've done the tea party.
Have you had a chance to experience it and be in a
so I have seen it. I don't participate because it's busy. And the parents are there with the kids, and so I see it and I hear it. That's one of the things about a small library is there's no getting around the noise. You're going to hear it. And it's really cute. I think that it's an opportunity to just kind of open up the library to a different kind of experience. It's like the ice cream party. It's the middle of summer. It's hot outside, and so Aetna actually sponsors that, and they provide the ice cream and all the toppings and all that, and they come in and they help. And like this year, we had over 100 kids there waiting to get ice cream at the library. It's just not something that you would normally do at the library.
I don't know. It just speaks to libraries being innovative and creative with the space and the resources that we have. I think it's very, very important having the ability to maximize opportunities.
Absolutely, and I do think too that it's recognition that the library is that. That is what the library is. It's not odd to have different things happening at the library. That's what happens at the library. And I think that's the perspective that people don't understand yet, is that the library is always doing innovative things, always inviting new experiences, and always has. And that's, the mentality that we want people to have. We want people to remember that, oh yeah, I had ice cream at the library. I had a tea party at the library. I did go to story time. I did all of these things at the library, because the library was there for that.
Yes. It's crazy you say that. When I first started working here, or leading up to getting hired in March of 2024, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be, you know, checking in and out books, fax prints, and all the basic stuff. Monday,
gotta get a cardigan.
Right. So I don't really know what to expect working here, but man, Miss Elizabeth, when I tell you, this 2 years has flown by, and it's been such an amazing journey and cool program.
Absolutely. And I think we talked about this the first time, is that where else have you ever been encouraged to go learn so much that interests you on a personal level, so that you can share it with the rest of the community?
Yes.
What other job lets you do that?
Yeah.
None.
None. Yeah. That's true.
It's us. Just us. Well, and I think the big thing is that everybody wants to pigeonhole libraries into a certain mindset, because that's how they see it. But the reality of how libraries evolve and change according to the community's needs has been longstanding. It's not something that's new. True. It's just people don't realize it. And so your library looks a little different than my library, just because the community requests different things. But at the heart of it, it's the same place. We are giving the people what they are asking for.
Yes, absolutely. So, yeah. I remember even just a few patrons coming in here and like, man, I know you guys had a fitness class. I know you guys had a line dancing class. I'm like, does it cost? Like, no, it's free. It's open to the public.
That's the one that gets me. Exactly.
Like so, exactly. You're definitely right about that.
Yeah.
I want to get into one of the events we had here recently. We call it, I think it was our first time doing it, but I believe it was a cool experience. Besides it being hot outside, it was our Snow in July event.
Oh.
So basically...
Did you get a snowblower?
Yes. Michael rented a snowblower from Metro Share, and we tested it and all that before he went on this trip. And then, we had it right, behind the building, had it set up, had the music playing. We had some jumbo games out there. And it was cool, man. The kids really, really enjoyed it. We had a station for water, make sure they stay hydrated. The parents are out there in the shade. But
so did the snow actually last for more than a second in the air?
It did. Okay. And so you pour the liquid inside the blower, and the higher you turn it up, the thicker it is.
Okay.
And it spreads. And so we were able to get at least 3 points out of it.
Wow.
So
that's fantastic.
I got some cool pictures, some cool videos I posted here recently, but the kids really, really enjoyed it.
That is exciting. Different. We have not done the snow, but we do Bubble Palooza every year.
Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, so you'll have, we have a portable splash pad that we put out behind the library, and then we have giant kiddie pools with the hula hoops that you make the bubble solution, and you make a huge bubble. Yeah. So, and then a bubble blower that blows the bubbles all over. Yeah. So, and that one, they come ready. They come ready. Yeah. That the whole park in the back fills up for that. So, but it's because it's hot and it's outside, and Is
that I guess some resources that you guys had, or partnerships?
So the splash pad was actually a donation.
Okay.
Yeah. One of our families actually donated
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, man, that's the beauty, man, of working in libraries. You get to know the families that live within, the community. And
they grow with you.
Yes.
I'm sure when you're doing story time one year and 2 years later, you see the same family and you're like, wait a minute. Yeah. It's one of those experiences that if somebody stays in the community and they're a library family, more than likely you'll see their entire family grow.
Yes.
From pre-kindergarten all the way through their high school years. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, the core of it, man, is building relationships, with these families, man, having great people skills. I remember Miss Jackie, who used to be our storytime person, she moved back to Belize. She's from Belize, and so she moved back. But she would always say, Willie, you can't have a people job without having people skills. Like,
truer statements
like,
never said. Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Working in public
even
service.
if you have to fake it, you gotta have those skills. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and so that has always, stuck with me because I'm a people's person. I love being around people, learning different cultures, the diversity that comes in here and getting to know them, hearing their stories. A lady came in here yesterday, and before she walked out the door, she was like, I've been in this community for 50 years. I said, wow. So it's amazing to hear stories like that. Yeah.
That is pretty cool. And the other thing is that when you have those relationships, you actually do hear what they need.
Yes.
And
yes.
even if they don't know how to articulate what they need, you can hear them, you can listen. And if you're paying attention, if you're listening actively, you'll hear, we could probably provide this program that would help meet that need.
Exactly.
And I think that's part of the people skills that she was talking about. Is it's one thing to sit there and have a gossip session with the people, because we all do. But it's another thing to actively listen to what they are saying to you and what you can glean from those needs. Yeah. Part psychiatrist, part psychologist, social worker. It's all in there.
That's hilarious. The time that you've been, director at the Kennedale Public Library, I guess talk about some of your most memorable programs during summer reading. What has some of those been for you?
Well, so during summer reading, it is... I think that one of the most popular and well-attended programs is the animal one that we talked about last time.
Yes.
And I think that's extremely important for
creature
kids.
Teacher.
Creature teacher,
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
Important for kids to see beyond the yard, see beyond the cats and the dogs, and to see possibly, and me, if you got an opportunity to get out, right? So you go learn about animals that you'll never see in the wild here. You learn about where they live. You learn about where they come from. You learn about whether they're endangered or not, and what they're facing out in their own environments. And that might inspire you to go out and become some sort of animal I want to say scientist of any sort, right?
Yeah.
And whether that is preserving the animals or preserving the ecology or whatever it is, you got that spark of interest because you went to go see those animals at a library program. Yeah. I think those are amazing.
For me, there's been so many cool programs that we've done. As far as summer reading, I would probably have to say my favorite is our STEM.
Camp. Your STEM camp is beyond incredible. I think that if there's anything I'm jealous about between your guys' program and ours, it's that STEM camp. That STEM camp is fantastic, and I think that the contributions you have from the people, the professionals that are coming in to help you run
Dr.
that.
K, Dr. Parker,
exactly. And the exposure to that level of knowledge that the kids get.
Yes.
How cool is that? I need to talk to Michael. I need to.
I'm pretty sure they were not mine. Dr. Parker, Dr. Kudaisi, Miss Elizabeth were not mine.
Please.
No, they are amazing people, man. How they have the ability to blend robotics with math, it's powerful. And then coming out here on the floor and using the drones, TI calculators.
So incredible.
Phenomenal.
Well, and it all adds to the basic knowledge you're going to need out in the workforce.
True.
And it gives you it makes those synapse connections early on, and then you can take that knowledge further as you grow older. It's a spectacular opportunity. Spectacular. Good job, guys. Good job, you guys.
Every time we prepare for STEM, man, within a week or two, it's already full.
I don't
It's a registered event as well.
I don't doubt
we have
that.
20 plus. Fills up
Yeah. Michael was telling me about it, and I was like, I want to register. It is pretty incredible. It's and something like that where you've partnered with educators and so we actually have robotics at the high school in Kennedale, and so we could definitely approach a conversation based on what you guys have offered and see if they would be able to do something similar for the program.
Wow.
I mean, it's inspirational. Just working with you guys has inspired us to think about things that you do that we might be able to bring over to our library.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks.
I love it.
Well, but that's what you do, right? You take your knowledge and your whatever you feel like your community can benefit from. You take that from wherever you get it, and if it happens to be at your library, I'm taking it. I'm taking it.
Exactly.
And vice versa. You guys take whatever you want.
Exactly. That's the power of partnership.
Exactly.
I also want to look at on you guys' end. One thing that we're trying to rebuild here is the relationship with our teens. You know, making sure that we're putting programs in place for them. So I saw
we had
on the
quite
calendar
a few
the Teen
programs.
Culture Club. What
That's
does that consist of?
That's one of my favorites actually, because and it's a registered event because we only have so many spots.
Right.
But it is where we invite teens in to learn about different cultures. And so this year we did Greece and we did Nigeria.
Ooh.
And so for the Greece, I actually went to Greece. So they invited me to share some of the pictures of the different places that I went.
That's cool.
Yeah, and we have a Euros Express, which is just down the street from the library. We got food from there that was Greek salad, gyros, and then we did a cultural presentation on the language and the people.
Awesome.
And then for Nigeria we did the same thing, except for there's a local restaurant that serves Nigerian food, and so we spoke with the owner, and she did a special setup for us for 10 kids and made a box for them with 3 different things from Nigeria to try. And so and then she wrote up something for us about the culture. And so we presented that with a bunch of pictures and maps and, you know, with a flag and a language and all of those things that it's like a history lesson, but it's even deeper because you get to know more about the people, you get to know more about the language, the food. And one of my things is that, as you know, I love learning about the language, but I love eating the food because you can learn so much about people by the food that they eat. Exactly. And man, if you don't take the opportunity to kind of grow like that, you're not gonna experience much of this world.
I totally agree.
And so for us to be able to bring these cultures, as much of it as we can, to kids who might not have had an opportunity to see outside of Kennedale or outside of Tarrant County or outside of Texas, it's a great opportunity. So it's one of my favorites.
What was the responses, I guess, for the teens? They love
it. And it's full instantly. So we did it last year twice. No, this is the 3rd year that we've done it. We did Korea and Thailand and Germany and one other country that I can't remember what it was, but it's super well received. And even if you hate the food, just having tried it.
Just having,
and now you know you hate it. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I do this to my own kids. I love my children, but I do this to them as well, where you can't say you don't like it if you've never tried it. You know, so if you walk up and I don't like that, well, when did you try it? I don't remember you trying it. So we went to dim sum at a Chinese restaurant where they do dumplings and different things, and one of the big things at dim sum is chicken feet. And so my kids, of course, have never had chicken's feet. I don't cook chicken's feet. And I said, well, this is part of this meal, and we're going to try chicken feet because we want the whole experience. And I said, you'll try it, and if you hate it, you never have to eat it again, but at least you know you hate it. And so all 3 of them tried it. All 3 of them hated it. And it wasn't even the flavor. It was the texture. They didn't agree with them. But they tried it, and now they can say, you know, factually, I don't like that. But I don't like for them to just, you know, say they don't like something if they've never tried it.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I love that. Man, that teen culture is phenomenal. I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick you guys' brain.
Absolutely, and we started. I don't know if you've seen those snack boxes that you can get from different countries. I think it's yum boxes.
Yes, I've heard of the brand.
So that's how we started. We did a yum box for, I think it was Thailand, and one for Korea. Oh, actually, I think we went to H Mart for Korea. But we just started with a yum box, and we just served the snacks that were in there. And then we're like, well, we can do better than this.
Yeah.
You can. That was great to start. But when you start looking around your community and you see, oh, I have people.
Yes, I have the resources.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then not only is it better food, right? But now there's an actual person I can associate with that. And if I want to learn more, I know where to go. As a matter of fact, here at the Euros Express place, and a huge shout out to Euros Express. Yeah, because he donated the food for the Greek night. And he's Lebanese. And so he said, anytime you do Lebanon, I will come do Lebanon. It's like, we're doing Lebanon. Just count on it. But stuff like that, where people who are from other countries are more than excited to share their cultures with the kids and with the adults too. But in this case, with these teenagers.
Yeah. Wow. What's the number of participants you guys have for this program?
It depends on the food. So I think for the Nigerian night, we could only afford 10.
Gotcha.
And then I think we did 10 or 12 for the Greek night. Yeah. So it just depends on how much food we have. Yeah. Honestly, it all comes down to dollars, right? So if we can get donations for what we're getting, then we can add more kids.
Gotcha. Yeah. Man, we are definitely, I got to get with y'all on there, because we're definitely trying to find things that teens could enjoy and relate to. And so, I love that. That's a dope idea.
And do you guys do like evening program for teens? Any kind of evening program?
We did at one point, and so we're trying to reset and find ways to do that.
We need to sit down and brainstorm, because we're actually going to implement some teen nights, and we are. So I think I told you I run the senior center as well. So the senior center closes at 3. And nothing's in there until 10 a.m. the next day. So I was like, well, I think we might have a place to do teen programs. Yeah. And so we're looking at that right now, to be able to do once or twice a week to start, to do video game night or movie night or even a culture night. Cool. So we'll definitely have to have a conversation.
Yeah. When I first started, we were doing consistently teen nights, teen game nights, where we'll have in the community room, we'll have the Wii set up, they're gonna play Mario Kart and things like that. We'll have the board game set up, we'll order some pizza, have some music playing. And so we started out doing that, but it just kind of died off a little bit. But always trying to find ways to bring in more teens.
One of the really popular team, because we do team STEM nights throughout the month, and one of the most popular ones was the 3D pens. My goodness, if you did like a movie night 3D pen combo, oh my gosh, so we're open. Anything you want to do, we are open. That's cool. We did try to have more teen hands-on activities than we did last year. And I think all of them were successful in the terms of we planned small, which you have to do with the teen population, because you don't have a huge teen population. So we planned small, and then we were pleasantly surprised when we had more than we had expected. So
that's cool. Going back to this teen culture night, I mean, it speaks of, I think we talked about it on our last show, literacy in various forms. It
Exactly. Well, and inspiration. For growing into new places that you hadn't thought about before. Because foreign languages of anything other than what your native language is, that's literacy all by itself. And I would venture to say even food literacy, because you learn all about different flavors, different ways people cook. And I think that no matter what you bring in to the library, there's an aspect of literacy that is present in everything.
Everything.
Even if it's technology, finance, health, all of those levels of literacy, that you can't function as a highly productive adult without those skills.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I totally agree. Speaking of literacy, education.
Segue.
Great segue. So recently, shout out to the friends of the Forestry Library. They just started this book club.
Oh,
That's something that we've been trying to do since
Yeah.
I've been here. And so the first one they had here recently, the book was called Chain Gang All Stars. I can't remember the author's name, but shout out to Dr. Brandy Curtis. She basically said the book was what's that movie, man? I can't think of the movie, but it's they're in prison and they're fighting while they're in prison, and so it's like a gory, violent type book. But they enjoyed it. I think we had it a couple of weeks ago. I think it was about at least 15, 20 people here.
Nice.
We had breakfast for them because it was during
You did it
a Saturday
the
morning. Yeah, it was a morning, man, going into the afternoon.
Wow.
So great turnout, and so we're gonna do it again at the end of this month.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this book was called The Night Library.
Midnight
Library. Yeah. Oh, so you know what?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's got a new one out too.
Okay.
So send me that information because we do a book club also. It's on Thursday evening, one day a month.
Gotcha.
They just finished last week. They just did Anxious People, Friedrich Bachmann book. And so it's a smaller group. It's probably anywhere between 6 and 12 people a month.
Gotcha.
It just depends on the book.
Yeah. Definitely depends on the book. Yeah.
But we don't do anything special for them. We just say come have a book club. So this brunch book club sounds fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, because they're gonna be in here. We might as well try to give them something small that we can afford, put some on their stomach.
Yeah.
But I just remember that's the movie Hunger Games.
Oh, Hunger Games.
So she said the book is basically Hunger Games but in prison.
Oh, that's funny.
That's how she
That's
described the
funny.
book.
Wow.
Chain Gang
I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Yeah,
I haven't read that one.
I was literacy, man, is important. Reading is important. I think we talked about it on the last show. That leaders are readers.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And to take it even a step further, leaders are readers of anything. And so even if like Chain Gang All Stars, it's probably, I actually would probably read something like that. Let's just be honest. But many people wouldn't. And so branching out of your preferred genre lets you learn more about other people as well. Yeah. One of the things that when I was in one of my previous locations, part of our podcast was that we had a reading challenge where it was the same. It was based on genres or ideas rather than titles of books.
Gotcha.
And so I had to read an Amish romance.
Interesting.
I mean, that's not on my radar. I'm going to be honest here. But I did. I read it. And so now I have perspective from an Amish romance writer's perspective that I never would have had before. And we had to read children's picture books. And there are so many genres out there that you just don't read because they're not inside your comfort zone or in your interests. But when you do, you are forced to open up how you see the world. And so not only are leaders readers, but leaders read everything. Yeah.
That's so true. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, that's one thing that I'm learning in my, trying to develop my reading habits is having an open mind to different genres of book.
It's hard sometimes.
Yeah, it is. I'm more of a leadership books, self-help books, stuff like that. Yeah. One of my favorites is How to Influence People by John Maxwell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really that's a old school standby. Yeah. And I don't know if I told you, one of my favorites that I absolutely adored the first time I read it was Radical Candor. Have you ever? Oh, I think you would like that so much. Kim Scott wrote that. It's. I don't want to be rude or anything, but it's how to be direct without being a jerk. But it's also not pussyfooting around being direct, because sometimes when you're in a leadership role, you don't have the luxury to paint a pretty picture. You must just get it out.
Yeah.
And you aren't doing anybody any favors by painting rose-colored glasses here, because you don't want somebody to walk away from a conversation confused about what you just said to them. But you also don't want them to walk away going, I hate that person so much. I mean, you have to toe that line, right? You just have to follow being direct. And the words that they use, it's a little harder, stronger than the word I'm using. You can imagine what that word is.
I can imagine.
So it teaches you, or she talks about her life and her the way that she relates to people as being, I am not being mean to you, but I'm also not being overly nice to you. I'm just being not mean, not fluffy.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you what's going on, and you really don't need to be offended by that. And that's the part that how do you get to that point where you don't come across as offensive, but you come across as helpful without painting a picture of, well, you're so wonderful, but right? Because nobody wants to hear that. You're doing such a good job. But no, I mean, because that makes you feel good, and then it makes you feel good, and then all of a sudden you feel bad, right? Because you thought you were coming into this conversation all hyped up, and then all of a sudden, oh man, and so now you're dejected, you feel garbage, and so this book teaches you, not necessarily teaches you, but shows you how you can relate to people in a way that is direct without hurting their feelings, but also honestly. And I think that's the operative word, is honestly, because I don't want you to walk away thinking that I hate you, right? But I also don't want you walking away thinking that you don't have work to do. Right?
Yes. Yeah. Well said. It's a great, it made me think of, shout out to Charles Heasley. He was on the show last year. We met him at TLA when we went in Dallas. He was one of the speakers at one of the workshops. So I brought him on the podcast, and he has this company that he runs, Blue Line Leadership, where he goes around the world teaching on workshops on leadership, conflict resolution, things like that. And he described this concept that he uses called bread meet bread. Well, the bread is, if you're having a conversation with someone, you're acknowledging what they've done, the successes they've had, the attributes they have. The meat part is that tough love, like you just mentioned, and then going back to the bread, closing out, with some of the things that they've done that are good. And so that was a phenomenal concept, the way he broke that down.
Yeah, and to understand that you can't do bread. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you've accomplished nothing by doing bread,
I
right?
love it.
But you can't do meat either, right? Because now they're sad, and so
they walk out of the.
So now we're not happy, any of us, and so it's a great concept where you acknowledge that there are areas that they excel, but let's look at where we're not excelling, because the whole point of you doing this job is to learn from it, right? Yeah. And if you're coming to a job with the expectation that you just float for the rest of your employment, and you don't ever have to be pressured to do anything, forget it. You're not working, you're just holding a spot.
I hope y'all. That's good.
The philosophy, according to Elizabeth.
My goodness, that is so true. Staying there before I move on, going back to, I know we talked about it on the last show. You are a big proponent of staff development and having trainings with your staff, meeting those needs, whatever the need that they have. And so my question is, how do you balance accountability with encouragement for you and your style? We kind of talked about it a little bit, but what's your philosophy?
Well, so, and I think we mentioned this the last time too, is that you can only take them as far as they want to go. Right. And so the accountability part is one of those things where you have to, even though you want more, you have to recognize that they are where they are, right? And so I would love for all of my staff to want nothing more than to learn new things for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
But that's not realistic,
Yeah.
right? So as far as accountability is concerned, I recognize that my staff has certain needs, wants, desires, and maybe mine are different than theirs for their position.
Right.
But when they do take a training, when they are involved in something, I want to see how that has helped them.
Yeah.
I want to see proof of what you learned in what you produce in the future. And it's not anything formal where, you got to write me a 10-page paper that says this is what I learned. But I would expect to be able to see it in your daily work at some point, to see, okay, I actually got something out of this training that I can apply to what I'm learning, or apply to what I will be doing in the future.
Yes.
Because I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I think I did, is that I actually don't care what you learn. I really don't. I like for it to be directly applicable to what you do at work, but I also like the fact that you're thinking about what you could do in the future. And so I will encourage that kind of learning any day of the week, because I got you until that comes, but now I've got you looking toward the future at what you can possibly do. And that you can't ask for more than that, because you're looking at a long-term commitment to learning, and that's spectacular.
Going there, I remember doing an interview also earlier this year with Principal Christopher Rose. Used to be principal at Everman High School. He just got a new job at Lancaster High School. He talked about this philosophy of his students growing beyond the walls, not getting stuck. You graduate high school, you're like, I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know what to do. I don't have a plan. And so going back to your point, he wanted to make sure with his students that not only am I helping you in your now, but I want to make sure that you have long
for there. Absolutely. Well, and so my son is entering his senior year right now, and so we're having these kinds of moments where it's like, well, what do you want to do? I don't know. And every kid is going to be in that position where, what am I going to do? I don't even know what's available to me. And so we're looking at, what do you like? What do you think is cool? What do you think you'd be interested in for a long time? And so those conversations about not what I'm doing here in this school, in this classroom, that doesn't really matter. I don't mean that teachers, but what matters is, how does that inspire me for when I'm out of here? Because I'm going to be out of here in 1 year, and then what, right? And so I think that's an amazing thing to give to kids is the desire to want what's coming next.
Well said.
That's what teachers do. Right there.
Another cool thing that I saw as I was researching, going to you guys' website, and we both can relate as far as both libraries, that you guys also received the Achievement of Excellence in Library Award 3 years in a row.
3 years in a row. Yes.
23, 24, and 25. So kind of talk about their success and what that looks like for you guys.
Well, so that is, it's actually a really nice process because it forces you to think about the future. And so the application process, you have to identify all the programs that you've been able to do that fit into the requirements of the application. But while you're doing that, you think, oh, this was a 1-year program. And if I want to continue to receive this award of excellence, I have to start thinking about what's going to take the place of the program that I just finished.
That's so true.
And so we have a lot of programs that are timely. This is a 6-month program. This is a 1-year program. And a couple of those we were using for last year's. And so this year we're already in the process of developing new programs that are going to take the place of those old programs, specifically because we want to continue to be seen as excellent, right? And so in order to be excellent, you have to do. you have to produce. Exactly. And it's almost like a path to understand where you should be taking your programming. Because you want to serve all aspects of your population. it's a great path, a great guideline of, okay, I need to pay attention to these populations that are specified here because these populations are marginalized or not seen as often as they should be. And so you have guidelines that you can follow that make you excellent. So I love it. I like being able to look back and say, okay, we did this.
Yes.
And we did this for good reasons. We helped people who hadn't been helped. And that's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with you. You're absolutely right. I guess in your own words, how would you define success in regards to the Kennedale Public Library, knowing that you guys have done this consistently 3 years in a row as such as us? How would you define success?
So I think success is everybody still keeps coming.
That's good.
Right?
I love that.
Right? Yeah. Because if people quit coming, you've obviously taken a wrong turn. The other thing I think of as success is that your community continues to support your growth.
Yes.
So we have grown so much. So I've only been there for 4 years.
Right.
And so the first thing I did was apply for that. But we have doubled our size since I got there. We have increased programming in the hundreds %, and attendance programming has increased because we are giving the community what they're asking us for. We are opening doors to places they hadn't been before, and we are looking for the future. We are planning to be a part of the growth of the community for the future. And the community wants us there. And that, I think, is a huge indicator of success.
Yeah. Well said. People keep coming. Hey,
just keep coming. That's all we want.
Just keep coming.
That's right.
That is a powerful point, man. I mean, same here. I've had the ability to experience some of our innovative, programs here. We talked about STEM. Our story time has completely grown. When I first started, I was doing it, partnering with Miss Jackie. And then now, man, we're having at least, 30, 40 kids that are showing up, bringing in special readers, special guests. It's been a phenomenal thing. And so you want growth.
Yeah, absolutely. Growth. And even where we are, you trying to build a new building and us trying to find a new building, you have to continue to grow even when you're out of space. Even when you don't have the room, you can't stop. It's not that you're forcing the continuation of growth. It's that it keeps coming at you. And so here's where you turn into water again. You have to be able to adapt instantly to what's going on in the community. And if you can't, it will show. You won't have people coming anymore. You won't have that interest in long-term services. So,
yes, I totally agree. Before we close, talk about your experience, I guess, with you guys is back to school. I know you said you were out of town most recent, but being there for 4 years, have you had a chance to experience the back to school?
So we don't do a combination like you guys do.
Okay.
So we have 2 separate events.
Gotcha.
So the summer reading finale picnic is only summer reading. That's it. We're just there to celebrate reading, celebrate the readers, and eat a hot dog. And that's it. So the fire department comes out and grills the hot dogs. We had Kona Ice come out and do snow cones and bouncy house inside the gym, so it was air conditioned.
Yes.
And we had glitter tattoos and balloon bendy thingies. and I think I mentioned we had 179 people come just to celebrate the end of the summer reading program.
Wow.
Now the back to school bash, Maria Douglas from the Kennedale ISD headed that effort, and that was just Saturday. And I was not able to attend that, but I went to the pre-meeting on Thursday. Gotcha. And on Thursday, we already had 332 kids pre-registered to pick up their backpacks. Yeah, and that didn't even count who registered after that or who didn't register at all. And it was just for Kennedale ISD kids to be able to pick up their stuff. And it involved the ISD, community volunteers, Turnkey Foundation, the city, and we all went to Sonora Park down in Kennedale, and and everybody came in, picked up their stuff, got a hot dog, played in the bouncy house, on a water slide. The fire truck was out there, police car was out there. So that was a huge event, and all of the school supplies were donations from the community.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
so they ended up making 700 pre-filled backpacks for the kids. Yeah.
Wow, and y'all gave them
all away, and another 100 empty backpacks were donated to the schools for kids who come in or their backpacks break, so that they're there for replacement purposes.
Wow.
So,
yeah, that's awesome. That is an awesome turnout. I guess, is it a reason, I guess, why you guys do it separately in regards to summer reading? And
because the summer reading is all about just the summer reading program. Gotcha. And the back to school involves the community. Everybody else.
Yeah, that's amazing. Even here, our back to school, shout out to Dr. Brandy Curtis, who works with our friends, but we had ours here a couple of Saturdays ago, multiple vendors. We had a game truck out there. We had food trucks out there. As far as backpacks, I think we gave out 230.
Fantastic.
On the spot.
I love that.
So Brandy has this concept of when the families come in, they have like this passport, and so they go to each vendor to get it checked off. And then when they come back to the front, they're able to get their, their backpacks and stuff for free.
Cool. That's a good program. And you guys do that in conjunction with your summer reading?
Yeah, in conjunction. Yeah. And so I think, and also another element that we added last year was our teen fashion show.
Ooh.
So we started that last year. It was a great success, and so we brought it back again.
What do they do for fashion stuff?
Leading up to our back to school, that entire week, we have a teen fashion camp.
Okay.
Where we bring somebody in, they teach them different fashion, they create their own fashion with different pieces.
Yeah.
And so during our back to school, for like maybe 30 minutes, they get to display what they created.
That's very cool.
In the fashion
so
camp.
At one of my libraries, the library system in Florida, we had a recycled fashion camp. And so everything you made had to be made from recycled products.
Ooh,
and so we had a lot of plastic, everything, and it was full on fashion, like dresses and and they just used recycled material.
Wow, that's cool. So I definitely a cool element we added to our back to school, and I think the head count Michael told me was 1,100 from when we started to when we first. Before we can even open the doors, and then Noemi can attest to this, man, it was a line outside.
Wow.
People were waiting to get in. That's how large our back to school has grown, over the years. I think Brandon been doing this for like 7-8 years now, partnering with us. And so, people from all over, man. Free food. Got the DJ playing music. We called out our summer reading winners as well. They won prizes, and so we gave them prizes for each age group.
Wow.
And so just a combination of everything.
That's crazy. That's a big day.
Very big day.
How many hours do you do that?
What was that, from 10 to 2?
10 to 2. That's what our back to school thing was too. 10
to 2. So after that it was like, okay, we can decompress.
You guys were probably exhausted after that.
But I mean, it goes back, to the core of being a servant leader. I mean, we talked about throughout the show, making adjustments, making sacrifices, doing what you got to do. For the people.
We're gonna get shirts that say "We are water."
Oh, I like that. I like that. We should.
We will.
Yeah, we will. That'd be a dope quote. That's a great conversation starter. What does that mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you, Miss Elizabeth, once again for summing up our summer reading recap. You guys are doing great things over there.
You too.
Definitely continue the partnership.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll be having conversations about all of these things afterward. Making plans for next year. Definitely. No, it's been great. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Well, this is Ordinary Conversation with Extraordinary People. I'm your host with the most, Willie Beeman. And I always say that we always have extraordinary conversations.
That's for sure.
Yes. Thank you, Miss Elizabeth,
Thank
once
you.
again.
Thanks.
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.